I hope everybody is having a restful spring break. Before we left for spring break, I didn't get a chance to talk to you about the format of the practical exam, so that's the purpose of this quick video. On Monday, when you guys come in, make sure that you are wearing proper lab attire. This is especially critical for your shoes. Make sure you're wearing lab appropriate shoes. So have your sneakers on or your boots on. I won't be able to let you into the lab to take the test if you don't have proper shoes on. As you guys walk in, I'm gonna check your shoes. I'm gonna give you an answer sheet. The answer sheet is a single piece of paper that has 2 columns on it, and the columns contain all of your answer lines. There are 65 questions, so there will be 65 answer lines on that answer sheet. You're gonna take the sheet, you're gonna place your personal belongings, so backpacks, purses, phones, on the bench that's underneath the clock in the lab, and they're gonna go sit at your usual spot. Now, at your usual spot, there will be a manila envelope that contains the questions and then potentially any other materials that you might need to look at or manipulate to answer the questions at that station. So there are 24 stations, 1 station at each one of the spaces where a student sits in the lab. So the 65 questions are spread over those 24 stations. You guys are gonna sort of just sit there then and wait for everybody to get settled. Sorry, that was my dog. So that everybody can get settled, and then we'll go ahead and get started. You're going to have 2 minutes to answer all of the questions at each of the stations. So when I say you guys are ready to go ahead and open that first manila envelope. You guys will have 2 minutes at that station. Once 2 minutes are up, I'm going to say next station. You're going to get up and you're going to move 1 space over, and you're going to have 2 minutes at that station. And I'll show you how we're going to snake through the room the day of the exam. Once you have visited all 24 of those stations, then you will have 15 minutes to go back to any station that you want to go back to. So if the 2 minutes that you were given were not enough for a particular set of questions, or you finally remember the answer to question number 5 and you wanted to go double check it, you'll have that time. So make sure as you guys are working through the practical exam, if there's a question you know you want to go back to, just put a little circle next to it or a question mark or something that will help you identify which of the questions you want to revisit. Once the 15 extra minutes are up, or you feel comfortable with the exam, whichever one comes first, you'll hand your answer sheet in to me. You will collect your materials, so your backpacks, purses, etc., and then you're going to be done for the day. The practical exam is going to be the only thing that we are going to do on Monday, so you'll have a little bit of extra time that day to be productive. Best way to study for the test, I would definitely review all of your quizzes. Both pre and post lab quizzes. I would also use the review topics if you aren't already. That is literally an itemized list for each unit of the material that is fair game for quizzes and for the practical exam. So use those. You will not get any calculator assistance on the metric conversions or English to metric conversions or anything like that. So keep that in mind. We talked about, if I do ask you a question for English to metric conversions, minimum set up the problem, but you don't necessarily need to solve it, especially if it's a more difficult conversion. And conversion factors for those will be provided to you for English to metric or metric to English. But the metric conversions or conversions within the metric system, you will not get any assistance on those. If you're taking the test and you don't understand what a question is asking or what something is pointing to, by all means, raise your hand. I will come to you. Again, the worst thing that I can tell you is I'm sorry, I can't answer that if that is something that I'm expecting you to know. But otherwise, I'm very happy to help clarify any questions so that you understand what the question is asking and you can answer it appropriately. If you have any questions before you come in to take the test, feel free to send me an email. I should be close to a computer from today all the way through until Monday. So don't hesitate to reach out and I will do my best to help you out. Happy studying, and I'll see you guys next week.